Hello and welcome to KU Around the Horn. I'm your host, Mike Downing. Today's experts are Sean McLaughlin, Jenny Mosley, Cody Myers, and Stephen Miller. Let's start with the NBA. Sean, describe your all-time starting lineup.
All right, at point guard, I would have to put Magic Johnson. He was 6'9". Nobody in the NBA then or now would be able to guard him. In an NBA Finals series, which they won, he played point guard on offense and then stuck to center for the entire series. I mean, that's absolutely unheard of. At shooting guard, I'd have to put Michael Jordan. Obviously, he went 6-0. If he didn't go to play baseball, he probably would have went 8-0. For small forward, I'd have to put LeBron James. Like on defense, he can stick 1 through 5. He's so versatile, and for his size and his speed, he's such a great passer. At power forward, I'd have to put the big fundamental Tim Duncan, like five championships. And at center, I'd have to put Hakeem Olajuwon. He was the person that got a championship when Michael Jordan decided to leave, so I'm pretty sure he was happy with that. But for the Rockets, he was an absolute animal.
Good. Jenny.
All right, my starting five is a little different than Sean's. At center, I got Wilt Chamberlain. At power forward, I'm going to go also Tim Duncan. At small forward, I'm also going to go Larry Bird. And then at both my guards, I'm going to have Magic Johnson and the obvious choice, Michael Jordan. He's best.
Okay, Cody.
Overall tough, but my point guard is Magic Johnson. I've got my shooting guard is Allen Iverson. Small forward, we're talking Michael Jordan. Power forward is Karl Malone, and my center is Hakeem Olajuwon.
Stephen.
I'm going to switch it up at point guard, and I'm going to go with the Big O. He was the closest man to average a triple-double for his entire career, and no disrespect to Magic. At my two guard, I'm going to go with Michael Jordan. He's a no-brainer. The man won 6 championships and pretty much led his team. At small forward, I'm going to be a little bit biased towards Boston and go with Larry Bird. At power forward, I'm going to go with the big fundamental Tim Duncan as well, and then also Wilt Chamberlain. All these guys distribute the ball, Wilt Chamberlain being a center and leading the league in assists.
Okay, very good. Let's turn to sports rivalries. What is the biggest rivalry in the history of professional sports? Jenny.
All right, so I'm taking my rivalry overseas. Soccer is the biggest sport in the world, so my obvious choice for the rivalry would have to be Real Madrid-Barcelona. They have 80 years of history between the two of them, not to mention their El Clasico is one of the most watched games in the history of sport. In 2008, their El Clasico was known as the match of the century, according to Spanish media. So my choice is Real Madrid-Barcelona.
Cody.
I'm going local with mine. When you talk about hockey in Pennsylvania, you gotta go with the Flyers and the Penguins. These two teams hate each other and they literally fight almost every time they meet.
Stephen.
I'm going to go with the MLB in mine, and I'm going to say the Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees. All started with the curse of the Bambino in 1919 when the team owner decided to trade Babe Ruth for a small amount of money, and started an 86-year drought where the Red Sox did not win a World Series until they beat the Yankees in 2004.
Sean.
I'm going to have to agree with Stephen with the Red Sox and Yankees. They're two of the top programs in MLB history. They've won so many championships combined, and when you put that together, they absolutely hate each other. They start brawls on the field all the time, and there's no other rivalry like it.
Our final question. Who is the biggest bust in the history of all sports? Cody.
Bouncing back to basketball, I gotta go with Kwame Brown. He was the #1 pick to the Wizards in 2001. He hopped around to some good teams, but overall did nothing with that time.
Stephen.
I'm going to go with Sam Bowie, and it's only because he was picked in the '84 draft before players such as Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, and Patrick Ewing, just to name a few. Those were all all-stars, and Sam Bowie just never panned out. He was a great player at Kentucky, but had an injury-riddled professional career.
Sean.
I'm going to have to go with Jamarcus Russell. He was the first pick in the 2007 NFL draft. He was highly coveted coming out of LSU. He was taking all these videos that he could throw a football 90 yards on one knee. But when he came in the NFL, he was absolutely horrible. We all realized that you can't be almost 300 pounds and play quarterback in the NFL.
Jenny.
Dr. D, I'm also going to go with Jamarcus Russell. Like Sean said, he was the 2007 #1 overall draft pick to the Oakland Raiders, where he ended up being their third-string QB for most of his career. After 2 years in the NFL, he ended his career in 2009 with a touchdown-interception ratio of 18-23 and was the lowest-ranked QB in the entirety of the NFL.
Okay, thank you. That will do it for KU Around the Horn. Tune in next week when we discuss the NBA playoffs. Will the Golden State Warriors repeat as NBA champions?